you or someone you know suffer from diabetes, chronic arthritis, high blood pressure, hypertension? If so, I'm doing this video just to give some advice on some of the experiences which I did with a few people, and it seemed to reverse all their problems. And so I just want to share with you some of the information which I experimented with these people and had some amazing results. So first thing, we had to believe that you could reverse your sickness. And placebo is a really, really effective medicine inside yourself, which can actually change cells inside your body. So the first part was to actually get people to believe that they could reverse their illness. So once we'd got around that obstacle, not believing everything what your doctor tells you, and unfortunately the medical system sometimes just gives you a band-aid and it doesn't actually solve the problem. So we need to go to the source of the problem to solve the problem. And the source of the problem, which most people's problems are either stress or it's the food which they're putting inside the body. So we went on a mission to start to reverse and change the foods. So to start off with, let's understand something really, really basic, and everybody should know this, that sugar is probably one of the worst things that we're overloading with. And if we start to take out sugar out of our diet, out of our daily foods, we do find that the body has an amazing sort of reaction in a good way. And alongside that, we need to understand a little bit about modified starches, which are starting to be overloaded in certain foods and biscuits and cakes and gravies and stuff like that. So modified starch is even worse than sugar, which a lot of people didn't know. So if you look on your packages and in the ingredients, if you notice modified starch in there, it's like a powder. It's a fake filler and powder, which actually spikes your insulin levels and it confuses the body and actually sends different problems inside the body. And all the preservatives and the added flavors and colorings, they also don't do the body any good as well. So what I did with most people is actually start to take all them out of their diet. And so we just went on basically a natural food intake, healthy eating, which consists of all your vegetables. So predominantly we was using broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, beans, cabbage. And for the carbs, it was just low carbs and it was just sweet potato, but a small amount. And then we was using all the meats, which was the chicken, fish, and red meats of the steak, and just combining that with them vegetables was having a profound difference. Even after a few weeks, the sugar levels were coming down, the insulin spikes weren't happening, and there was a profound difference of just bringing in just all your vegetables and meats and zero sugar. And combining that with your drinks, probably the worst out of all the things which spike your insulin levels and actually cause your inflammation and your arthritis is the sugar in the drinks. And it goes in the system really quick and it spikes really quick, it goes into your blood super quick. So really be aware of the sugary drinks, what you're drinking, and to make sure that you have zero. So going with just a simple herbal tea, green tea, and water, almond milk with no sugar, and use them as alternatives for your drinks. And bring in small amounts of fruit. The best ones I've found were the berries, so blackberries, grapes, for anybody with diabetes. There was plums, but just a small amount of fruits per day, because we don't really need that much energy. We're getting energy from our vegetables, we're getting energy from the meats, but a small amount of fruits, and incorporating a small handful of nuts or seeds. So the almonds, cashews, and your sunflower seeds. And another one which is really, really amazing, which has got all the amino acids. And it was a drink I was giving them in the morning, which was chia seeds. And soaking the chia seeds in water or milk, the almond milk, for over 20 minutes, or you can leave it overnight for 12 hours. And the chia seeds have actually got so many amazing properties which actually lower your blood pressure, and they actually help with the insulin spikes, and they've got so many different benefits. It was actually used as a form of currency going back in the Aztecs, the military, and they would use it for their injuries, and they would use it as a form of currency because it was that valuable. So once a day with the chia seed pudding, I was doing an almond milk with a tablespoonful of chia seeds, or a table and a half, and mix it in with a tiny bit of stevia. If you want any form of sweetness in your drink or your pudding, then the best alternative would be stevia. It's a natural plant sweetener. And I was putting half to a quarter spoonful of stevia inside 1 cup, and with the spoonful and a half of chia seeds, and adding the almond milk and leaving it for over 20 minutes with a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of cinnamon. And the nutmeg and cinnamon also, they've got so many benefits to them too, which will help. And if you just research a little bit about the history of nutmeg, it's an amazing herb. So that was a part of the food. It was just basically going to a natural food diet. I was also getting them to do eating between, say, around 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, your first meal, and then your last meal around 6 or 7 o'clock. So you've got a window from about 6 or 7 o'clock at night all the way until 7 o'clock in the morning. That's 12 hours. And then you've got another 3 hours. So you've basically got a 15-hour window of fasting. Now that is really, really important too, because it helps to cleanse the body. So if we're not eating continuously throughout the day, so we'd have 2 meals throughout the day between that 11 o'clock and the 7 o'clock. And you could have some little snacks like the fruit. If you need to pick me up, if you're doing a busy job or you're quite active, then some fruit and some nuts or some seeds in between them times. But predominantly in the morning or the afternoon, that lunch. So we're skipping out breakfast really. And we're just going straight into a brunch, a lunch. So you can have some chicken, some fish, some eggs. So eggs are really, really good. Eggs have got every protein your body needs. Okay, so every single protein which is required from the body, eggs have got that. That's the amazing thing about eggs. So I was actually getting them to eat 3-4 eggs per day. They don't spike up your cholesterol. That's a bit of a myth. So eggs are really, really amazing. And so about 3 to 4 eggs per day. And that was included in one of the meals or both the meals. Like I said, with the chicken or the steak, try and make it a lean steak or some fish. And then you've got your broccoli, your cabbage, your carrots, broccoli, beans. So you can make a nice, healthy, and a big meal, big size portion. And you're not spiking any sugar or insulin inside the body. So I want you to understand just a little bit extra. As we get older, we're also depleting our water intake of our body. Our body is actually, say in your 20s, our water is all the way up here. And as we get to our 30s, it just gets a little bit lower. And then our 40s a little bit lower. So we have to intake more water throughout as we get older. So the first thing when you wake up, Don't go and spike yourself with a sugary drink. Have water, and you'll feel a very, very different feeling throughout over the weeks of just taking water as your first meal. First thing you put inside your mouth is the water, and you'll find a profound difference in the feeling what you'll get, as alongside with all the different pains and problems inside the body. They start to reverse, and you'll start to feel a profound difference in reversing all the different pains and symptoms inside your body. So if you follow this and you get some amazing results from following everything I've just said, please do leave a comment or leave a like or pass it on to someone, and let's keep on sharing this information and helping people out there who are suffering or someone's ill. And thank you for your time of listening to me, and hope you have a great day. Thank you.